Hi everybody, this is another episode of the Poor Person's Guide to Eating Well. I am your certified poor person, and today we're going to make a one-pot casserole or a one-pan casserole, and that casserole is mushroom artichoke chicken bake. So let's run down the ingredients, shall we? So we have about 4 ounces, which is about a half a pound of chicken. Now, this is one chicken breast that I have cut up 4 different ways. So it was a pretty large chicken breast, but I sliced it very, very, very thin. And there's a reason for that. We'll get back to that in a minute. So mayonnaise. You can see I'm going to turn around because I don't know if we're allowed to show product placement, but that was a generic brand container of artichokes. I guess you can't see that it says artichokes without showing it. So, sorry Walmart, free advertisement for you. And then we've got garlic powder. We've got canned mushrooms because the mushrooms in the produce section really didn't look so great. And some Parmesan cheese. And that's it. And we're going to mix all of this together, and we're going to dump it on top of the chicken, and it's going to be delicious. We're going to eat it over some rice. So let's get to putting this together. So we have the thin sliced chicken layering the bottom here, okay? And the reason why it's important that the chicken is sliced a little bit thin is because when you're cooking this up, mayonnaise is really just eggs and oil that have been emulsified. And when you heat eggs and oil back up again, they kind of separate out and just become kind of this oily mess. You don't want that. You want it to become this crust of mayonnaise-y, buttery, even though there's no butter in it, it does have a buttery flavor, cheesy goodness. So, and in order for that to happen, the chicken needs to cook awfully quick. And that is going to cook very, very quickly. So, the next step here is to arrange the artichokes and the mushrooms. So, since the mushrooms are flatter, I'm going to dump them in at this point. And I'm going to take this fork here. I'm just going to spread them out. That's really it in a nutshell. You can use fresh mushrooms if you want to. That is fine, but these are canned mushrooms and they work just as well also. So the next step after this is to put the artichoke hearts in. Now, I drained the mushrooms and the artichoke hearts too, just to kind of give you a and that's really it in a nutshell. What I might do is you can see the crumbs on the table and the counter. I might pull out one of my kitchen shears. And as you guys already know, my kitchen shears I'm going to put them in the hand that actually, there we go, can cut things. There we go. I cut them up a little bit just to spread them out because those are a lot larger than I had thought. So, and those of you who know me know that my kitchen shears are just regular scissors that, oh, come on, I sanitize. So, because I have small hands and kitchen shears are way too big for me to do anything effectively. So there we go. So you make do. You do what you can. So, and these are also from my favorite place, the dollar store. So they are very inexpensive to replace. Okay. So we're chopping these up. And I could have probably done this beforehand, but I didn't realize that those artichoke hearts were so very big So now you can kind of spread them out a little bit. And yeah, they cover the chicken just a little bit better. Okay, so we have a cup of mayonnaise and a cup of Parmesan cheese, and you can see a little discoloration on the top. That is garlic powder. You can use, that is the hazard of doing this one-handedly. I don't think one-handedly is a word. I think I just made that up. But nonetheless, I am doing this with one hand. I am stirring up the mayonnaise and cheese mixture. And it really is like 1 part mayonnaise, 1 part cheese. So this is going to be really, really, really cheesy. So, I'm going to continue mixing this up together because it's getting increasingly hard with just one hand, and I'm going to show you then how to layer this up and put it in the oven. All right, the next step that we're going to do here is we're just layering on that mayonnaise and cheese mixture, and as you can see, it became this kind of it looks kind of grainy because of the Parmesan cheese, but what's going to end up happening is that cheese is going to melt, and it's going to create this glorious, glorious crust on top of the chicken and the artichokes and the mushrooms. So I'm going to finish doing that, and then I'll show you what it looks like before we pop it in the oven, and then we're going to pop it in the oven. All right, this is what it looks like before we pop it in the oven. So I spread the rest of the mayonnaise mixture, and as you guys probably know, I'm doing this one-handed because I'm the only one filming and cooking and doing this whole thing. I was thinking about getting a camera person, but A, can't afford it. B, I mean, I could probably clone myself, and, you know, so that I know the kind of job that I could do, but that could get messy too. So for now, it's just me, the camera, and the food. So all the frequent stops and edits, it's because I have to actually finish the job because I need 2 hands to do it. So, and eventually I'll probably get a stand or something like that, but for right now, like I said, it's just me holding on to a camera, showing you guys how to do this stuff. So, this is what it looks like. It doesn't look too great before you put it in the oven, but just you wait. When we take it out, it's going to be so delicious and luscious and cheesy. And what happens is the mayonnaise makes the meat so nice and delicious and tender. And you wouldn't believe that mayonnaise would do that to chicken, but it really, really does. This is one of a bunch of mayonnaise chicken recipes that we make all the time, and it is freaking fabulous. So I'm going to stick this in the oven, and the next time you see me, we'll be pulling this out and eating it. Now it's time for your favorite part and mine, the breakdown. So let's break this down. 1 chicken breast, 90 cents. 1 cup of mayonnaise, 20 cents. Now that's generic mayonnaise. We could use fancier mayonnaise, and that would cost a little bit more. 1 cup of Parmesan cheese, $1.06. Same thing. I use generic Parmesan cheese, but if you used fancier Parmesan cheese, it costs a little bit more. 1 can of artichoke hearts. Again, fancier artichoke hearts cost more. This was the Walmart brand, so it cost about $1. And 1 can of mushrooms that cost about 69 cents. And again, that was the generic house brand that I used. And altogether, the total cost comes to $3.85. And if you add in some rice, you're talking about $4 total, maybe a tiny bit more, depending on how much rice you make. All right, folks, this is what the bake looks like right out of the oven. Look at that gorgeous, Parmesan cheese and mayonnaise crust on the top, and you can see a little bit of the artichokes and mushrooms poking through. If you could smell the absolutely, dare I say, orgasmic smell coming off of this, I wish there was some way to convey that to you, but you have to trust me on this, that it smells so, so, so delicious. Cheesy and mushroomy and garlicky, and oh, it just smells so, so good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to serve this up on a plate of rice, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. And take a look at that. You can see the artichokes and the cheese on top, and I actually just took a little bite of it. I'm going to take another little bite. Oh my God. It's so good. It's so cheesy, and the artichokes add a little bit of kick to it, and a little bit of tang, and then the mushrooms and the cheese, and it's so, so good. And without the rice, this comes to under $4 to make this entire casserole, and with the rice, it comes to be maybe a little under $5, and that's overestimating. You could make this if you bought all generic stuff, and you got a really good deal on the chicken and a really good deal on the rice and whatnot. You could make this for pennies on the dollar, and it's so, so, so delicious and filling and good, and it can feed a family of 3 or 4 with one chicken breast. And what makes it so filling is the mayonnaise. The mayonnaise just makes it so rich and delicious. So I'm going to stop talking, and I'm going to eat this, and I will talk to you guys all next time. If you like this video, please subscribe, hit the like button, and put any tips or tricks or recipes that you love in the comment section below. And like I said, until next time, guys, bye-bye.